This is the More Greener channel, where the videos are always 5 minutes or less, and we shake things up for greener results. Let's get started. For those of you who don't know me, I've gone through quite the transformation in my life. Here's a photo of me just 7 years ago. Shocking stuff, right? I paid no attention to the sharpness of my blades. When I finally came to my senses, I knew I had to make a change. A properly sharpened blade will increase the look and the green of your lawn by reducing disease, eliminating brown tips, and encouraging healthy regrowth after a cut. Let's jump into the science of a really good cut. All blades are engineered with about a 45-degree bevel at the bottom of the blade. This shape is imperative because as the mower blade hits the blade of grass, the tip of the grass is actually folding over top of the mower blade, which gives the leverage to give the bottom of the bevel a perfectly clean cut. Here's a close-up of a few grass blades from my lawn. The first one on the left was cut by a string trimmer, the second one cut by an unsharpened blade, and the last one on the right was cut by a perfectly sharpened blade. As I'm sure you figured out, the first two blades are significantly damaged and they're opening themselves up to disease. Now let's get that blade where it needs to be. To remove the lawnmower blade, you want to lean it over on its side and disengage the power. Now that you got some heavy-duty gloves on, you can take your wrench and you can loosen the nut. Once it's loose, you can just pull it off by hand. Remember how all the washers are oriented on your blade. It's as easy as that. Repeat the process in reverse to put the blade back on. This particular blade actually hit a chain link fence a while back, so I'm going to go ahead and discard this and sharpen a brand new one. I'm going to recommend that you use a hand file over a grinder for two reasons. Grinding discs are round and won't maintain that perfectly straight pitch on the edge of your blade that you need. And most importantly, grinders remove way too much material. Remember, the tip of that blade is a special hardened steel, just that first quarter inch. Once you remove so much of that material, you've lost it. You can't get it back. Now you're into the softer material that's going to damage easier and won't last nearly as long. A hand file gives you that gentle touch that allows you to give the blade tender love and care that it needs to be dialed in just perfectly. So here we go. The first thing you're going to do is find the smooth side of your file. Next, you want to find the pitch of your blade and respect that pitch. And the way I like to find the pitch is I lay the file on top, put my thumb right where that blade starts to bevel down, and you can feel it bounce and rest right on that 45-degree bevel. Okay, once the top is sharpened, it's perfectly fine to again take the smooth side of your file and lay it flat along the bottom. If you pitch it up, you're going to mess up your blade. Next, what I like to do is take a really fine knife sharpening type file like the one on my Leatherman here. Again, you're going to do this in a downward towards the sharp of the blade motion. Okay, now your blade is completely sharp and you just need to do the exact same thing on the other side. Here's a close-up of the old chipped blade versus our brand new perfectly sharpened blade. The last step in the sharpening process is to balance your blade. The way we're going to do that is we're going to stick the center of it over this nail and see how it reacts. Okay, now because we used hand files to sharpen this blade, as you can see, it's fairly well balanced. Now let's just pretend it's heavy on this side. That means there's too much material on this side and you need to file more to remove material to bring that blade back up. Now remember, never just grind these blades any which way with a grinder. Here's an example of a blade that somebody put a custom pitch in, let's say. They ground the bottom and the top of the blade to create this point. But what it's actually doing is it's putting stress on this blade of grass in 3 different points. The cut will happen right dead center. As you can see, that top 1/16 of an inch is damaged. It's going to turn brown. It's going to look terrible. So there you have it, blade sharpening to the max. I hope you learned something. Now if you're curious what these brushes are doing on the bottom of my mower, check out my last video, Greener Lawn by Mowing Tall. You'll learn all about it. Please leave a like and subscribe to get in on this unique series and enjoy your greener lawn.